Morning to you.
Good morning, Roland.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well.
When I say how are you, I mean how are you doing? Like really? Because oftentimes when we say how are you, the easy and quick answer is I'm fine. But really, how are you?
Charlie, it could be better in many other ways. It could be better in many other ways. I don't know. Are you talking about my psyche?
Your state of what's your mental state right now? How are you feeling inside your body?
The intrusion or invasion into the UTV studios got me a bit shaken. I've always had the resolve that despite all the calls and the criticisms, sometimes you get calls, threatening calls from maybe people within the political space who are not happy, or some other people who may be following some political parties. And this time it's more rife because the MPP is at the back foot because of the questions we tend to ask. So you have a lot of the ask signs. Doesn't mean they've been sent by anybody in particular, but there seems to be some level of intolerance in our system. And so that latest incident on Saturday, is another issue altogether. So it's a bit shaking my psyche. But apart from that, the normal economic issues, the bread and butter issues also tend to present another thing altogether. Why did you ask?
Well, I asked you that because today is World Mental Health Day, 2023. And the theme for this year is mental health is a universal basic human right. And so just like you have the right to life and the right to free speech and all the other rights that accrue to you just by being a human being, your mental health is also a basic human right. And so it means that the state and all the things that we are and all the things that we do must contribute to ensuring that your mental health is always tip-top all the time. And while I was reading about it this morning, I was thinking to myself, wow, my mental health is a fundamental human right. It means I must have a good mental state at all times, of right.
Yes, as of right.
And, that's difficult because considering all the many things that happen in our lives, it's difficult to really say that you are fine all the time. I mean, the two mental health conditions that we've become very familiar with in recent times are depression and anxiety. And most people, I dare say, suffer from one form of depression or another because, from just, struggling with basic things like being unable to get out of bed, being unable to do the things that you normally would love to do, even bread and butter issues, like you said, when you can't afford the simple things. A young man called me yesterday and said, "Nah, I beg you, I don't have any money. Can you just send me like 10 CDs?" And I thought, 10 CDs? Anyway, it's Mental Health Day today. So we'll be talking about that on our This Morning segment. And so we're asking you this morning, really, how are you doing? How are you feeling in your mind, in your body, in your head? Are you okay? What are the things that you think about? What are the things that are weighing you down? Sometimes when you talk about it, it helps you feel better. That's what the doctors say. So on this morning, we're asking you, how are you doing? Call us and let's talk about it if you don't have anyone to talk to. Then after that, we're going to go straight into Johnny's Bite. Johnny has a lot to say this morning. So we'll cross over to Johnny's Bite and listen to his take on pertinent issues. Also, yesterday, Roland, we were supposed to hang out with our winners from Ghana's Most Beautiful. Unfortunately, we couldn't hang out with them. So they'll join us. Yes.
They were tired.
Yeah, they were tired. I saw that they were on radio at 3FM.
They were on 3FM.
Yes, so they couldn't come into the
Are they coming in today?
Yes. Yes, they are. So we'll hang out with them this morning. But before that, of course, we have a big issue. Yes.
Yeah, certainly. And so we'll discuss all the important issues. And there's always the issue about the culture of silence or a growing intolerance being a culture to free speech. And already we know that the GJ raised concerns about what the position based on the statement and then, of course, the utterances of the Ministry of Information has been on the invasion of the UTV studios and whether, we have this growing intolerance creeping in, resulting in some level of editorial censorship of the media. So we'll take a look at that. But on the other side, we have Democratic Hub. They convened the Julobi, so that is the Occupy Julobi protest. Now they say that for December, they are outlining a series of demonstrations. So they are going to picket at the police service. They're going to picket at various areas. So we'll tell you all about that. But is there any justification for the protest? And when are we going to see an end in sight toward this? So make sure you join us. We're going to have Bernard Bona, as well as Amidu Isahaku Chenia, who is the Deputy Sanitation Minister and the Member of Parliament for Sisala East. And then, of course, we have lawyer Sampi Yale, former High Commissioner of Ghana to India. So we're going to have him in the studios. Yeah. Usually he'll be sending us messages and questions. So today we'll have him and see what we can make of these discussions. So make sure you join us. We're going to have some interesting discussion. Very dispassionate. No who's bad, but also no biases. All right. And then, of course.
Yes. Do you ride bicycles?
Yes, I do.
Well, there's an interesting cycling contest coming up soon by Zen Riders. They're going to join us in the studios and tell us about their mental health awareness Accra Tamale bicycle trip. So they're riding from Accra all the way to Tamale.
Wow.
Yeah, that's something. I mean, even driving to Tamale is far. So it's a mental health awareness Accra to Tamale cycling trip. They will join us in the studios. And still on mental health, our specialist psychiatrist from Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Dr. Albert Sedofia, will join us on the show so we can talk about our mental health from a professional point of view. Sedohia. All right. And finally, Team Tamasco will be here with us. If you watched Kitchen Wars, Tamasco is doing very well. Our Kitchen Wars finale is coming up. And so Team Tamasco will join us to talk to us about it. And so we have a long lineup today.
Well, certainly.
Yes.
I will take you through all that. We won't asperse that with some sporting conversations. Again, we encourage you. We have Dewa 539 Chop Money. As always, it goes with the short code *446#, and then also cash out. Cash out. And yesterday we gave out some good money, if not a lot of credits into your mobile money account. It goes with the short code *439#. Make sure that you also are with us throughout the period, and then we tend to have a lot of excitement right here.
All right. It's time for our this morning segment where we're talking about our mental health. And sometimes when we say mental health, it sounds like a big thing. But really, when we talk about mental health, we're just asking how you're doing mentally. Like, how are things going with you? They say that sometimes when you talk about the struggles that you're facing or experiencing in your very private thoughts, you will feel better. So talk to us, call us and let us know how you're doing this morning. Just answer the question, how are you? We have our first caller on the line. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. You're welcome to the show.
Yes, I'm happy today is mental health day. I have been a victim who have suffered about 8 times of mental constraint.
Please, can you speak up a bit for us?
Yeah, I'm saying that I have been a victim who have suffered about 8 times of health constraint.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
And so I'm happy today has been our day, and at least it's something I must commend, because since we are also regarded and have the benefit of being part of the living, I think it's something we have to commensurate. So I'm happy for that day.
But how are you doing now?
I'm doing well.
Okay. Happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much for
I'm
calling.
doing well.
Have a lovely day. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
So this morning we're talking about how we're doing mentally. What's going on in your mind? Do you feel sad and alone sometimes? Are you struggling with anything that you literally cannot talk to your friends and family about? And from what I know, more men tend to struggle with their mental health problems than women, because we've been socialized to believe that men are not supposed to complain or be sad about the things that are happening in their lives. They're supposed to take care of their women, right? And so if you're a man and you're sad, you just suck it up. But it goes to deteriorate the state of your mental health. And so talk to us today and let us know how you're doing. We have a call on the line. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir. You're welcome to the show.
My name,
What's your name?
my name is Yusuf from Ashama.
All right, you're welcome. How are you doing?
Everything is okay. I think it actually getting because my truly loss of job.
I can't really hear you. Can you speak up a bit?
I said 2019 actually lost my mind through the loss of my job. So it's really
Okay, we've lost you. I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
But I think he was going on about job losses
Yeah.
and experience. And many people have gone through difficulties, are still going through. Of course, these are worldwide issues. And I think particularly for Ghana, it's good that we've been able to decriminalize suicide. If you look at the current amendment that's been made to the criminal act. So at the end of the day, we're also in a position to be able to say that as far as the legislative front is concerned, that level of empathy is there. If you know, prior to that, we've had a number of incidents, particularly among students of some of the universities.
Yes, there were many videos that came
they
out.
tried to commit suicide.
Hello?
Hi. Hello, you're welcome to the show. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, it looks like our connection isn't so great this morning, but thank you. I hope you're all right, and I'm sorry we couldn't talk to you. But you can call us again. The number is still on the screen. We're asking how you're doing. Roland, you were talking about the many challenges.
So we had a number of reports that even we undertook. Some of our reporters were on some of the campuses where we had those incidents. And it also shows a lot of pressure. And you were talking about pressure on men, but also there are a lot of pressure on all segments of the population. And, you know, particularly when we are having students who are in that mental state and don't have an avenue to be able to share is a concern.
Yeah. We have another call on the line. Hello?
Today, Ghana, everybody is facing one way or the other from mental health problem, because if you look at the condition of living in the country, it's very terrible. Even as a worker, sometimes even when the salary is not even coming, you feel okay. But anytime there is payment, you see the pressure on you, and you continue to think how you are going to survive till the end of the month. So actually, it's a problem.
How are
we are going through a lot
doing personally?
We are going through a lot.
How are you doing personally?
That's a state.
He's
He's telling you about
pressure.
The economic pressure, and whether his living, what he earns from whatever work he does, is able to cater for him. And I think a lot of people are going through a lot of economic pressures. But stresses are normal in every part of the world. Even for those who we think are better off, that is, they travel to the developed world, whether it's in the UK or Europe or elsewhere in the Americas or Northern America, they also say they go through a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Because some say they live in the same house but not able to meet each other for free or quiet time, just because they have to do multiple jobs. There's pressure on them. And it's the same thing.
And even children now.
Yes.
A lot of children are suffering and going through severe mental health struggles. We have another call on the line. We'll come back to this. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir. You're welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning. This is Emmanuel from Volga.
Good morning, Emmanuel. How are you doing?
We can't complain. We thank God for life. It is not easy for the youth, especially the fresh graduates. They are going through a lot of frustration, which is not helpful. After completion, Mr. National, hoping that you have something to do. And then you go back and the parents are those who will be taking care of you. It is very, very hard.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So what do you do for a living? Are you a fresh graduate without a job?
That can do.
I think I think we couldn't hear you towards the tail end of your submission there, but thank you so much for calling us. We're grateful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, it appears there's a direct link between the economic situation and the state of our mental health.
Well, true.
That if all things are well, the probability that you'd have a better mental state is high. But still, that said, there are people who we believe have everything, even locally, you know, not outside the country. People who are supposed to be doing well and should be happy and all is well, but still struggle with one mental health condition or another. So it's not all economic. Sometimes everything can be fine, but you would still especially struggle with anxiety. We have a final caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir. You're welcome to the show.
Yeah, my name is Churchill.
Precious.
Precious. Good morning.
Churchill,
Nice
Churchill,
name.
calling from home.
Precious.
Precious.
That's Greek. Okay. One
All
of
right.
the.
You're welcome.
We are having difficulties in doing business these days in the region.
Business. Okay.
And our roads are very, very bad. Now, when you buy anything from us, everybody goes to Accra to do business. When you are coming, lorry fare is very, very high, and the currency is high. That when you buy, I deal in the manufacturing of blocks. When you buy cement today, the next time you are going to buy cement, the price will change. So it's reducing our capital. It's seriously affecting our business. So this is very hard. It's making us not be happy in doing business at all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the call. I think most of our calls have been about the economic situation.
Yeah.
But I guess just to wrap it up, no matter what you're going through, just know that it's not the end. Once we have life, we have hope, and so you should hold on to that. Yeah.
Amen. You didn't mention Jesus. Anyway, so that's where we have to go to Johnny for Johnny's Bite, and make sure that you can stay. Share also from all the platforms you're watching, whether it's 3FM 92.7 and then also on TV3, and let us know what you think about the content that we generate or provide for you. Over to Johnny for Johnny's Bite.